Welcome back, guys. Today we got a special guest, Brandon Napolitano. Brandon, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. I always like to kick these off with kind of what got you into real estate and a little bit about your journey to where you're at now in real estate.
Yeah, for sure. So I got back in real estate back in 2015 after a career in law enforcement in the military. I actually got in real estate from my mother-in-law. She's a very successful realtor here in the Upstate, and just saw the success that she was having, and I said I wanted that too. And so over the last 10 years, just kind of been building. And my current position, I'm the chief sales officer for Chucktown Homes. We're a team within Keller Williams, 7 locations, 4 states, about 165 agents.
Holy smokes, just at the Greenville location.
Nope. So Greenville is our second biggest location. So we have 29 agents in that location.
Okay. And then where is the other 6 locations?
Yeah. So I'll start north and work my way south. So
Okay.
Charlotte, Greenville, Columbia, Savannah, Atlanta, Charleston, Jacksonville.
Awesome. And tell me about kind of like, what does it look like in the daily life as chief of sales for Greenville Chucktown Homes?
Yeah. So I'm over all of Chucktown Homes, so not just Greenville.
Oh, you're over all 7. Okay.
Yeah. So each of our 7 locations has a team leader in place. So David Taylor's our Greenville team leader. My day is a lot of the back end systems and processes, working on scripts, coaching, mentoring, training our team leaders in each of our locations to help them build really big and profitable teams to serve agents at a really high level. So I spend most of my day Zoom calls and scripting and working through our CRM and stuff like that.
So are you still doing real estate transactions as well, or is that solely your focus right now?
Yeah, I haven't written a contract in about 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's cool, though. You kind of get to go on the back end and make sure that other people are successful in their careers.
Yeah. I actually joke around and tell people, I've never sold $1 million home in 10 years of real estate, but my agents consistently do, and I love that for them.
Absolutely. There's a key factor in helping other people win, and that leads you to success.
For sure.
What makes Chucktown Homes different from other real estate teams in the Upstate? We'll specifically talk about the Upstate.
Yeah, I would say the thing that's really cool about Chucktown Homes Greenville is the opportunity it provides, especially to newer agents, right? So the really difficult thing about real estate isn't serving people, it's finding the people to serve, right? We're all servant leaders, right? And that's why we get into this business. The thing that makes Chucktown Greenville unique is that they provide 100% of the leads that the agent needs to be successful. And we do that through our partnerships with like Zillow, Realtor.com, OpCity, Dave Ramsey, Movoto, like all the big lead sources.
Yeah, that's got to be huge too. Like I could imagine it being quite scary, like going into real estate for the first time and not knowing really kind of how to get your bearings and start capturing leads and making transactions.
For sure, man. When I first started real estate, I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I would go wash cars at a dealership until 11:30. And then I would do my real estate stuff from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Every Saturday, I was knocking on 100 doors. Every Sunday, I was doing an open house. I mean, that's a tough grind.
Absolutely.
And it takes 12 to 18 months to build a really big sphere of influence database to be productive in real estate. And day one with Chucktown Homes Greenville, like you're able to just plug into our systems and start taking leads and serving people well.
That's got to be a big part. You always hear that people get into real estate and then they quickly get out, right? Because they don't make any money for 6 months. Yeah. But that's got to be a big part in success. And like, really, you could have a lot more successful realtors than you do now, just if you had the right team in place.
For sure, yeah. And that's what I always tell people. The owners of our company, their name are Jeremy Wilson and Donald Russell. They live down in Charleston. They're just smart businessmen. 80% of realtors get out of business within their first 2 years. And again, it's not because they're not good at serving people. It's because it's difficult to find the people to serve, and we bridge that gap.
And there's plenty of houses for sale for everybody, right? Like
Tons.
There's got to be an abundance mindset in real estate because it's just so much going on, especially in the Upstate. We've noticed it in our business, a big boom. Like early on, like typically our busy season doesn't start generally until like the end of May, but like come beginning of April, it was like that.
Yeah. We'll do in Greenville, we'll do about 550 transactions this year.
Holy smokes!
And we'll have less than 1.5% of the market share, so there's plenty to go around.
That is insane to think about it like that.
Yeah.
So you've been in Greenville your whole life, born and raised?
No,
Or?
man, I'm originally from Connecticut.
Okay.
My parents sent me to military school when I was 13.
Okay.
I deserved it. And then I went to the Citadel down in Charleston, and on May 8th, 2011, I graduated from the Citadel, started driving home, and just stopped in Greenville for the night. And I said, this looks fun. So I just got an apartment and stayed here.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
What a crazy story.
Yeah.
I went to military school too.
Did you?
Yeah, I deserved it as well.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of trends are you kind of seeing in the Greenville market right now? You know, I know there was a big thing where like luxury listings were sitting a lot longer, but the smaller single family homes, they were moving a lot faster. Is that still kind of like the perception right now, or has things changed?
I would say that, luxury always takes the first hit when a market shifts.
Yeah.
Right. Luxury, second homes, those are the ones that take the hit first. I would say that our single family market, the average home, it's still moving quickly. If it's priced right, looks good on Zillow, all those good things, it's still moving pretty darn fast. Our Greenville team has 82 houses under contract right now. And I mean, things are moving quickly for them.
That's awesome. So let's kind of jump back into building a team with Chucktown Homes. What kind of qualities are you looking for in a real estate agent when they're looking to join a team?
Yeah, so I have 3 non-negotiables, and I help hire for all 7 of our locations. And those 3 non-negotiables for me are humble, hungry, and kind. Right? Humble means coachable. Hungry means you want to get after it. And kind just means you're a good person. And as long as you have those 3 characteristics, and in our world, you have to be able to talk to a stranger, because that's what Zillow and Realtor.com leads are, right? Building relationships with strangers. As long as you're those 3 things and you can have a conversation with a stranger, you're probably a good fit for us.
Awesome. And yeah, you can't be scared to make outbound calls.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you keep your team aligned and motivated with so many team members on your team? How do you keep them aligned, motivated, and performing at a high level?
Yeah, agent accountability is a really big thing. And, there's a really big difference between a team agent and a solo agent. And not that one's better than the other. It's just different mindsets and mentalities. Some people just thrive in a team environment. So part of being on the team is having that accountability. And the way we do that is through our systems and tools and processes that we use. And again, each of our locations has a team leader in place that's 100% out of production. Like, we really believe in that. We believe that our team leaders need to be out of production, because I don't want them in competition with my agents.
Yeah.
I want them supporting, training, mentoring our agents so the agents can perform at a high level.
And they can't be worried about negotiating contracts while leading people.
Exactly.
Do you think that your military and law enforcement background play a big role in how you lead people, and a little bit of discipline to wake up every day and be motivated to?
Yeah, for sure. I would say, I'm an early riser anyways. I wake up around 4:30 every single morning and do my things, right? But I would say that played a lot into it. Law enforcement and military, it's customer service just in a different way. And if we can handle those kind of situations, I feel confident we can handle any situation in real estate.
Yeah. Do you have any like cool stories that stick out about that really reflect the culture you've built with the company?
Yeah. So I always tell my agents that we want to go the extra mile, right? So that's our goal. With every single lead that we receive, we want to go the extra mile. And one way we do that, if you ask every single client what's most important to them, they would say communication, right? So I coach my agents that they should be reaching out to their under contract clients twice a week, right? On Monday, it's, hey, here's everything that happened last week. Here's everything that's going to happen this week. And on Thursday, all I want them to say is, hey, Chris, how can I be serving you today, right? How can I be serving you? Whether it's real estate or not, how can I be serving you? And one really cool story that I have about real estate is between that Monday and Thursday phone call, I called the gentleman. I said, hey, man, how can I be serving you today? And he told me, he was like, Brandon, I fell off the roof of my house completing repairs, and I broke 3 of my 4 limbs. Like, he broke both his arms and his leg. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, like, what do you need? What can I do? He was like, we need dinner. I was like, I got you, man, right? So I went home, I cooked this dude a meatloaf and mashed potatoes and green beans. I drove it out to Greer, and I plated it up and I served it for him. And it's probably one of my most fun stories in real estate, because, still to this day, I benefit from that relationship that I've built. Of course, he sends us all the referrals, and he tells that story everywhere. So I use that as a platform to tell my agents, like, hey, it's not just about selling houses. It's about serving people. Like, the things that we're doing every single day are impacting people's lives. And that simple act of kindness really impacted that gentleman's life.
Yeah. Making relationships the forefront rather than the actual transaction itself has always paid dividends for me.
Yeah, 100%.
So Chucktown Homes is very well known in the upstate area, very well known in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
What has been the key to growing your visibility and reputation?
I think that we're agent-centric, right? So every decision that we make as a leadership team is with our agents at the forefront. I mean, we lose thousands of dollars a month by putting the agent's needs first every single time. Like, our hierarchy is clients, agents, leadership 100% of the time. And I think that's one of the things that makes our company, I always call it a destination job. I want people to strive towards joining our team. And I think that's one of the ways we do is just by focusing so much on the agent experience that people want to come work for us.
That's awesome. How do you leverage social media and content to drive engagement and leads? Do y'all utilize social media for leads, or is it mostly like Zillow? And
I would tell you that we do a lot of things really well. And social media is one thing that we struggle with. So this year we hired a social media manager. They're based down in Charleston, South Carolina, and we're really growing that part of our business. And to break it down, we'll do about 2,100 transactions this year. About a third is Zillow, about a third is all of our other lead sources, and then the other third is like SOI referrals, database, stuff like that.
Yeah. What kind of led y'all to that decision to doing 2,100 transactions, that's a lot of transactions, but what led you to that next step of wanting to dive into social media and try to capture more leads through that?
Yeah. So in real estate, you got to focus on your levers, right? And we call them the lead gen levers. And our lead gen leverage, something that we do uniquely well, is the internet lead business, right? National average conversion on internet leads is 1%. And we're converting these leads anywhere between 10 and 18%. So we do it uniquely well. So we've really built out that lever, and we really believe in before you can get creative, you have to be consistent. So we're consistent on the lead gen lever of internet leads. And we should have two other smaller levers to supplement this lever. So we identified that as social media and just said, we see the power in it. We see the opportunity there. And we also recognize that that's a gap in our business, so we're starting to focus on that.
It also eliminates that key risk, right? Like, if you're only dependent on one source of leads and that source goes down, then
we're in trouble.
Now? Yeah. No, I love that. What role does the community involvement play in your business model? Do y'all, Chucktown Homes, like, I know Keller Williams, they have the Red Day, where like you go out and volunteer and have a good time.
Yeah, I would say, volunteering is a big part of what Greenville does, especially. So, and that's the fun thing about expansion is that we have 7 locations. We have 7 different cultures, 7 different leadership styles, right? While we have base model for success at Chucktown, like, we let the team leaders run their teams, and that's the fun part about it, right? I would say David Taylor here in Greenville does an incredible job. So David's son is a heart baby, right? So they go to the Ronald McDonald House and they cook brownies and dinners for the people who are staying there. And they do a great job at doing stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's been the most rewarding moment of your real estate career as a whole? Like, I know you were an agent for 7 years, correct? And then 3 years just solely focused on sales and marketing for Chucktown Homes as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different really proud moments that I have. I think my most proud moment was we took the Greenville team. So Greenville expanded with Chucktown Homes, and we were the first expansion team. And we took that team from $0 in production to over $111 million in annual production. We did that in 3 years.
That's insane.
And I was really proud to be able to hand that over to David as I took a promotion into the chief sales officer role. So that transition was seamless. It was smooth. It gave David an opportunity to step up into leadership, and he's absolutely doing an amazing job.
What do you think a key attribute that's led to success on your leadership style is, right? Like, are you one that just kind of passes it off and lets them fall and fix it on their own? Or are you one that kind of, is there to walk them through it, micromanage just a hair? Like, tell me about your leadership style.
Yeah, I would say that we have 3 leadership principles at Chucktown Homes, and these are things that I help create, right? Number 1 is servant leadership, right? Serving our subordinates at the highest level possible, putting their needs before our own. The number 2 thing is extreme ownership, right? Everything, both good and bad, that happens in our business is a direct reflection of the decisions that we make on a daily basis. And then leading by example, right? How I do something is how my team leaders are going to do everything. Speed of the leader is really speed of the pack. So I want my team leader to see how hard I'm working, and they're going to follow suit. So I would say of those 3, leading by example is the biggest piece of that.
I love that. And have you read that book, Extreme Ownership?
Multiple times.
Yeah, I love that book. And also love, speed to solve problems, right? Like, indecisive is the worst thing you can have in a business.
Right.
You make a decision, whether it's the right decision or not, you're going to figure it out eventually, and then you're going to move on to the right decision. Obviously, you want to have, calculated risk, but same token, you don't want to be, on the same idea or same decision for a long period of time.
I'll tell you, man, like, that's what made Chucktown Homes make sense to me. So, like, when I was a solo agent, I was doing 40 or 50 deals a year. Like, I was doing good.
Yeah.
I didn't need a team, right? But I wanted to grow, and I just kept stifling myself because I didn't know how to make that next decision. And I'm really risk adverse, right? Like, I just am. That's who I am naturally, right? So every time I had an opportunity to grow, I talked myself out of it. And then when I met Jeremy and Donald and found that opportunity of, like, having a coach and a smart businessman who've been around for 19 years that I can lean on and really build a big business, it just made sense for me.
That's awesome. So if you weren't in real estate, where do you think you'd be?
Man, I really don't know.
What was your dream job growing up?
My dream job, oddly enough, was an investment banker.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to make a whole bunch of money. And, of course, I learned quickly, like, money doesn't mean happiness.
For sure.
I'll tell you, man, like, I love being a dad. I love being a husband. I always joke and tell people, like, I'm an okay real estate agent. I'm an okay Christian. Like, I'm a 10 out of 10 dad and a 10 out of 10 husband. Like, that's where I find my joy. So, I don't know where I'd be, man. I'd be on the back of a garbage truck if it made me happy.
I love that. That's the most important, right? You always got to put family first.
Yeah.
What's next for Chucktown Homes in Greenville? Any big goals, any expansions on the horizon?
Yeah. So as far as Chucktown Homes Greenville goes, we have incredible opportunities right now for growth with our lead partners like Zillow and Realtor.com. We could probably hire another 15 agents in Greenville today that would handle the lead flow for the next 3 to 6 months and beyond, because it's all performance-based, right? So the better we do, the more they want to give us.
Yeah.
So the more we get to grow. As far as Chucktown Homes as a whole, we have a goal to be in 20 locations by the end of 2027. So
wow. It's a lot of growing.
Yeah, that's a lot of growing, man. It's a lot of work. So we're in grind mode now. We're in hustle mode. And we're just looking for our next opportunity.
What does it look like starting a new location as a real estate company? Do you just go and find a really good agent that you want to kind of head it up and then kick it off from there?
Yeah. So this is where our partnership with Keller Williams comes into play. So great. So Chucktown Homes was an independent brokerage for 15 years, not part of Keller Williams or Coldwell Banker or fill in the blank, right? What makes sense about Keller Williams for us is that there's already a Keller Williams office in every city in this country, right? So if we have an opportunity with Zillow to say go to Austin, Texas, all I got to do is call up the Austin, Texas Keller Williams team leader and say, hey, it's Brandon with Chucktown Homes, and right now we're the number 3 team in all of Keller Williams. We want to expand out to Austin. Can you help us out? Yeah, come on. They already got the building. They got the front desk person. They got the copier. They got the broker in charge.
Yeah.
And most importantly, they already know the agents in that market center who might be a good fit for our team. Now, the other really cool thing about our team is that whenever we have an opportunity to grow, we put out that opportunity internally first, right? So like our Jacksonville team leader, he was a Greenville agent with me for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
He moved his whole family down to Jacksonville, Florida to launch this team. Like, that's how much he's bought into it, you know?
That's awesome.
So I think that's the really cool opportunity inside of Chucktown Homes too, is like if you want to be more than an agent, right, you have that opportunity to grow into leadership.
How do y'all kind of navigate where y'all want to go next?
So we'll go wherever the leads are.
Okay.
Right. So as long as we have a good lead campaign, and one of our mottos, like one of our philosophies is it's our job as team leaders to provide the leads to the agents and not the other way around. Like we lose sleep over thinking that our agents don't have enough leads. So Zillow will call us or Realtor.com will call us and say, hey, we have a great campaign out in Austin, Texas or Jacksonville, Florida. How soon can you get out there? And we've really narrowed down our systems to where we can launch a team from nothing to 10 agents plus a team leader. We could probably do that between 60 and 90 days.
Oh, wow. So there's pretty much structures all over the United States, right? Like if you look at it this way, there's structures all over the United States ready for you to occupy. You just got to go in and paint the picture, right?
Exactly.
You got to paint the walls and fix, because you got all the back end office stuff set up.
Yeah. And, the very front end expenses are really low, especially with Keller Williams, because again, they already have the office space. I just got to rent a small office.
Yeah.
Right.
Agents are commission.
Yep. Couple desks. I got team leader pay, the lead sources, and we're ready to go.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So I know Keller Williams does this program where if you want to become an agent, right, they'll pay for you to go through school. Is it the same with Chucktown Homes? Like if somebody came to you and said, hey, Brandon, I want to be a real estate agent and I really want to be on Chucktown Homes, and they checked all the boxes that you were looking for, is that something that you could help out with?
Yeah, we can definitely help them out with that. And like, we're not afraid of new agents. And in some cases, we prefer new agents. So like, we really won't get into conversation with them until they pass the test, but we'll hold their hand to get them to that point. Right?
Yeah.
Because so many people go to real estate school and just find out it's not for them. It's a lot more than what people think, right? They watch a couple episodes of Selling Sunset and be like, I want to do that, right?
$1 million listings.
Right. My first house that I ever showed was a $50,000 trailer in Slabtown, and I got bed bugs out of it.
God.
So it's not exactly the glamorous lifestyle that people see on TV. So a lot of people realize that and then back out. But yeah, we'll hold their hand. And then when they pass everything, then we'll start getting into conversation with them about what it looks like to be with Chucktown Homes.
Awesome. So anything you want to finish this off with?
No, man, I'm just grateful to be here. And we would love to have a conversation with anybody about Chucktown Homes. And whether you're an agent doing 0 deals or 30 deals, or if you're like me, an agent who wasn't super passionate about writing contracts or popping lock boxes, but was always passionate about service and leadership, we want to be in conversation with you.
That's awesome. And if they're looking for you, where can they find you at?
Yeah, chucktownhomes.com. Just
Awesome.
click on contact us and we'll be in touch with you.
Easy peasy, man. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
Awesome.